It's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly on KCMO Talk Radio.
Now on 95.7 FM.
The good from the weekend. I'm going to go with former Chief and Minnesota Viking Jared Allen's Hall of Fame speech that he delivered over the weekend. That was just absolutely tremendous. And if we had more athletes who had this approach to their lives, instead of pulling the old Tyreek Hill and figuring out how many kids they can have with, as many different women as possible, how much better off culturally and societally would we be with some of these star athletes taking the Jared Allen approach, who, of course, began his career here in Kansas City, was traded to the Vikings, and was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame over the weekend.
And to my wife, I'm reminded of what Tom Lanphier said when we were going through our premarital counseling. He said the two most important decisions you'll make in life is, one, whether you follow Jesus or not, and two, is who you marry. Because there's only two types of people. There's boat anchors who drag you down, and there's people who elevate you. And you are a true game elevator. You're one of the smartest people I know. I am in awe of you every single day, and I love you more than life itself. To my amazing daughters, Brindley and Lakeland, through this process, the word legacy has been talked about a lot. The Hall often says they're here to tell my story. Well, I'm here to tell you two, you are my greatest accomplishments. When I get called home to heaven one day, if all they talk about is this gold jacket, my career, then I failed miserably as a father, a husband, and a friend. You two are my legacy. You are both so talented, and I cannot wait to see what you decide to do and to conquer this world. So always put Christ first, find your why, dream big dreams, and always pursue greatness in whatever you do. Thank you all, and may God bless you all.
That was former Chief and Minnesota Viking Jared Allen giving his speech over the weekend as he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. How much better off would we be if that was the approach of most athletes when it came to how they manage their lives, their families, their kids, their faith, and everything else? That was tremendous stuff from Jared Allen. And I went back, I saw the clips on social media, went back and watched his speech, and I was like, man, that is as good as it gets right there from that guy. I never had much of an opinion on Jared Allen. I mean, it's been almost 20 years since he played here in Kansas City, so I wasn't here when he was a Chief. But John was telling me that he was very popular when he was here, drafted, did a radio show here. I mean, that was before athletes, could just go on their social media and say whatever they wanted. But, man, that guy, I'm a fan. That is a heck of a speech and a heck of a message to deliver, saying, you know what? When I'm gone, if all they're talking about is this dopey gold jacket I've got, then I failed as a father and a husband and a man. And that should be the same thing for all of us, no matter how much you love that job you're going to right now. And there are a few people who love what they do, I would say, more than I do right now. But same thing. If you're looking back and saying, yeah, that guy told a couple of dumb jokes on the radio, well, man, I will have failed miserably as the father of 3 young daughters. Now the bad from the weekend. The bad from the weekend is Major League Baseball overthinking this Speedway Classic. So they had this big pomp and circumstance. Saturday night, they were going to play this game at Bristol Motor Speedway, and they had a 2-hour and 17-minute rain delay. They played less than 1 inning. They then postponed it to the next day, and apparently the experience for the fans was an absolute, utter disaster. People were calling it the Fire Festival of sporting events. You may recall the Fire Festival. That was, there was a great Netflix documentary done on it a couple of years ago, but it was that music festival where they promised everything under the sun, and you got like a tent and a ham sandwich for like $7,000, something absurd like that. And there was one guy who went viral, Stephen Offenbaker. He's a reporter who covers the Cincinnati Reds, who played in the game against the Atlanta Braves. And here's what he said as he was in a poncho in a soaked Bristol Motor Speedway.
Well, as you've probably been able to tell from home, Bristol is pretty much a washout. It has been a train wreck here from the front gate to getting to your seats. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong at the Speedway Classic. We're going to break it down maybe tonight, maybe on Monday. Who knows when this game's going to be played. Right now, as you can see, there's water falling from everywhere. Nobody's happy.
And apparently they ran out of hot dog buns, so if you wanted a hot dog, you were just getting literally a hot dog.
Ask for the Joey Chestnut.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, man. So no buns on your hot dogs, just a straight hot dog. And then also the nachos, apparently they ran out of cheese on the nachos. I saw some of that on social media too. So you just basically got tortilla chips. I mean, this and the getting in, getting out was an absolute mess. What a disaster. Major League Baseball just needs to play one summer game or a series at the Field of Dreams site in Iowa and call it good. You can't beat that site. Stop overthinking this stuff. Major League Baseball has been its own worst enemy for the better part of 15 years. And it's no wonder that they have lost the moniker of America's pastime. The ugly out of the weekend is this continuing legal fight in Jackson County. The legal fight to recall Frank White is continuing into this week. That is because the 16th Circuit Court Judge, Marty Seaton, told all parties late last week that he wanted this past weekend to thoroughly review this case and said he would make a determination on a recall date for Frank White by today or tomorrow at the latest. Of course, we know that the Kansas City and the Jackson County election boards have been crying about how they can't get this election done in time. It's too much work. Oh, my goodness, what do we do? But the law says that they have to do the recall vote within 60 days of the signatures being submitted. That's why the date was given for the end of this month, August 26th. But now that date is very much up in the air, and it looks like the election boards will have won no matter what. They kicked the can down the road, and now we wait to see what exactly this looks like and how this plays out. There's your good, your bad, and your ugly.